Welcome to the Take It Home podcast. Podcast so bad we really should just take it home. I am one of your hosts, Doc Simmons. You can find me on all social media at Doc Simmons17. We got the usual gaggle of good-looking men and a surprise for everybody. So I'm gonna give the hot tag to my partner. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yes, sir. Zach Hendricks. Find me on all social media at Z Hendricks Brand. And of course, look up Country Air at Country Air Official, Facebook, Instagram, or Country Air Brand on Twitter. And I'll pass out to the senior official.
Hey, what's up, guys? Referee Perch. You can find me at Perch XLV, # for the ref brand, and Waffles. Take It Home podcast.
Waffles. But before we get into that, we gotta introduce our special guest. He's the man of 50 billion entrance themes. Go ahead.
It's been a while since I was brought up. But the Apex athlete, the MVP, the million different song entrances, CJ Cole. They find me at the Apex athlete CJ Cole on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram, and at Twitter TAA CJ Cole.
There we go. Good. Glad to have you, brother.
Hey, glad to be back. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a long time. It's been a long time, maybe like in those first 10 episodes.
Right.
What number are we at now?
Yeah, no, glad to have you back. And I had to divert from the usual scheme to introduce you. So, Perch, how was the breakfast hunt this week? You were local.
Yeah, we stayed local this weekend. Eggs, pancake, sausage from home, and it was delicious. Really good. Nice to have some home cooking along the weekends, as well as having other stuff. But that means no waffles, unfortunately.
All right, brother. Zach, how was your food hunt this weekend?
Yeah, had some eggs and bacon with some toast, so can't complain.
Nice. CJ, did you eat anything interesting this last week or anything you want to put over?
Oh, Denny's lumberjack breakfast. Definitely love the variety of meat, potatoes, eggs, and then the premium pancakes of sea salt caramel bananas.
Oh, fancy with us.
Oh, I gotta love the sweets in the pancakes.
I'm a Denny's fan. Denny's hits pretty right all the time.
And especially since they're open 24/7, that's the killer right there.
Uh, you know who's a big fan of the Killers though? Perch with that banger of the week.
Yeah, big time fan of the Killers, no doubt. Newest greatest hits CD, pretty damn good. Handful of new songs on there, really good. Hard to believe they've been around for 20 years. But this week's banger of the week is not a Killers song. It's another one of the favorites all time. This CD was amazing when it came out. Just about every song on it was cool. The actual CD case was sweet. Lots of good songs, good music videos in this era too. Banger of the week, 30 something by Jay-Z.
All right.
What a good tune. That one keeps getting better with age, truly.
Yeah, yeah. That is one that will definitely randomly pop up in like my head anytime somebody says 30 years old or 20 years old. Like,
Yeah, it's constantly playing. There's a radio somewhere in the head where that song's always on low. Like it's playing. Sometimes it gets turned up.
Yeah. Like when you're feeling good, that song gets turned up.
Yeah, it's so good.
Like,
In that
when
piano.
you're not feeling good, you're calling them a liar.
Oh yeah, it's a great one though. That whole Kingdom Come CD was one of my favorites when it came out, and yeah, again the music videos in that era were so good. But yeah, 30 something, one of those songs that sticks with you and definitely hits the spot as the snow is falling and we're driving a little bit slower these days.
I feel like that song is like right at the end of the era of being hype or hyping up music videos, I should say, by artists. I do remember the hype going into. No, it would have been American Gangster would have been the last one. I think that came after.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was like the last album song, the last artist I can remember where like, oh, we're hyping up this music video that's gonna drop.
Yeah, always a fun time. That Kanye was bumping in that era too.
Yep.
The good era.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
love.
Yeah. Before we knew exactly how crazy he was. Like, ignorance is bliss. All right, guys. Why don't we move on and talk about, hey, what did we watch this week? I'm gonna go first just to get out of the way. I did not watch much. I've been moving all week slash weekend. So I did not watch much of anything. Just trying to squeeze in sleep when I can, rest when I can, just detach. So I have not watched much. I am very excited though, because I know I did save a lot of matches to watch later this week when now that we are done at least moving out the house. So next week I'm gonna have some fire. Zach, what have you been watching?
Yeah, I've been watching. I watched Raw this week. I watched Raw. I thought the Cody Rhodes Shinsuke Nakamura match is crazy because it started at like 20 after 9. So I was like, are we getting a promo since this is the main? But no, they went the full 40. It was a good match.
They are doing that a lot more recently. I've noticed that there have been
Whatever WWE is doing right now, I'm liking.
a lot more like this is pretty early to be calling the main event, but no, yeah, they've been doing it. I've noticed that.
You sent me the video, but we watched the great R Truth explain his story of him in the Judgment Day.
Yeah,
Our,
that was like the only thing I watched this week. So it's
bro, the baby photos.
just genius.
Yeah, it was great. CM Punk and Drew McIntyre going one on one on the promo. McIntyre talking about, "Oh, I'm your leader now." That was pretty good lines. Yeah. Other than that, not much really. I did watch the floor though. Watch Darren Corbin do his thing. He was eliminated very quickly first round. So, but I did support.
All right, there you go. CJ, have you watched anything interesting this week? Any wrestling you want to put over or any nerdy shit?
I watched a little bit of old ROH AJ Styles matches. Watched the him and was it? It was one of the top three that they had on their YouTube channel where
Oh
they
yeah,
showed.
that like hour-long video. I watched that.
Yeah, and I watched the first one. Forgot who it was with, but it was
I think the first one on that is him and Roderick.
uh I think it was Evan Bourne,
Yep. That's who it is.
the high fly, and it was just like his aggression. Like I'm trying to put myself into his shoes, like trying to figure out, okay, learn from how aggressive he is as a worker and everything. So I've been watching a lot of that stuff lately.
Yeah, can't go wrong with watching AJ Styles. Like I throw it back to them WCW Everrise days. That's the great thing about AJ. He's been everywhere, so there's lots of arrows you can watch.
But yeah, that's what I've been watching lately.
All right, Perch.
Man, caught that AEW last week. Damn good episode, good matchups. Dante Martin against Orange Cassidy to start it off. Hell of a match those two put on. Great to see Dante in that kind of an opportunity as well. They did some cool stuff in there. A cool take on both of their styles of wrestling. Queen Aminata is back. So
Yeah,
cool to see. He is an
congrats to
ass kicker.
her. I don't know if it's a new thing or she was one of those that was secretly, but it's just all over social media now that she got signed. She is all elite.
Yeah, so cool. And she is a straight up ass kicker. She was recovering from an injury for part of the year, and just one of the coolest wrestlers that I've gotten to work with, and inspirational to have a good comeback and put on in that match. Very fun to watch. Swerve against Red Death. was pretty sweet. Really enjoyed that match. Seeing Daniel Garcia match up against Swerve is a cool matchup. Both those guys can be bad, can be good, but more than anything, I think the fans respect them, so they get good reaction from the audience when they do what they do. Um, oh, Darby against Takeshita was phenomenal. Doc, if you watch one match from
Oh, I
last
did
week,
watch it. Okay, I was like, man,
yeah, this
okay.
one would have been tough
Maybe I
to
did
slip
watch
on
Dynamite
TikTok.
last week, or at least part of it, because
The
I did watch
Spidey
Swerve
senses
versus
had to
Red
have gone
Death,
off.
and I did watch Takeshita versus Darby.
That match is like when someone touched the thermostat. Like, my thing went off. Did yours? Someone touched the thermostat. Like
No, yeah,
Takeshita just
I
faced
made sure
Darby
to
Allin.
watch that one.
Oh man, and they
I
put
knew Takeshita
on.
was going to murder Darby.
How about those rolling German suplexes, the rolling O'Connor rolls on
Yeah,
the ramp into that throwaway German suplex?
yeah, toss,
Oh,
toss.
incredible. And the top rope
He is
maneuvers
so
too.
strong, and Darby is so throwable.
Oh, that was such a good matchup. And by the end of it, Darby takes that top rope suplex, and his moment was giving him the come on, yeah, SOB. You got
Yeah,
to finish the job. And he did.
he did, yes.
He did.
Yeah.
Takeshita came out the winner in that one. Phenomenal. Loved it. Good story. Fun ass kicking match as well. Um, but yeah, those two put on a good one. Boney Keith in the next match. Holy smokes.
He's been getting a
That
lot of love.
episode,
He was on Dynamite earlier.
yeah, it kept getting better. Loved the episode. Lots of good people on there. Fun match. And fun AEW all around.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, big ups to Brian Keith, good homie. He's getting all the FaceTime on AEW lately. Oh yeah, shout out to him. So I mean, I guess I kind of cheated and talked about what I did this past weekend, which was just move. Moved out of the old house. Gonna be moving into the new place hopefully here in a couple days. So just chilling. But hey, what did you guys do? CJ, let's start with you since you stuck into the chat earlier and we kind of talked about it. But what you have this weekend?
Oh, all I had was Saturday morning getting to the Elks Lodge for Brew City Wrestling at 10 in the morning for ring setup and stay there until 2 in the morning. The girl wrestling weekend, having great watching great wrestling, war games. That was fun, and getting to see good old referee Dan Perch. Love seeing his face every time I get to see it. But yeah, and had a good match with Porn Stash Peter Swans for the Heritage Championship. Put up a good fight, but came out the victor.
Hell yeah. Still your champ, still your champ.
Still champ.
All right. And then Zach, how was your weekend, brother?
It was good. I had I believe Mondo Lucha was Friday.
Yep.
Got to open the show, me and Jared Jackson. Unfortunately, it wasn't full Neo Turbo effect, but we got it done. We took on Darius Luttrell and Matt Nix.
You guys look good in the
Unfortunately,
gear, so
I mean, yeah, the gear's very pretty. Shout out to Kong for making us look pretty. But I was the legal man. And Jared got pinned.
ooh,
So Darius and Nix, I'm just saying, like as a tag team guy,
yeah.
I was legal.
And you, Darius and Nix are tag team guys. Pick and pop, 4-star heroes. They should know better.
Yeah, I'm just like not, just reminding you guys.
Yeah.
You can say you won, but did
But
you
we
really?
all know. Zach?
Oh yeah, my bad. And then Saturday, I made the drive out to I think it's Pemby or Pembeline, Wisconsin, where I tagged with TAU. We like to beat them up, but sometimes when you get asked to represent ICW and find a tag team, there's no obvious choice than the tag team champions.
Yeah.
Um, And then yeah, we had a good match. We took on the Freak Show and Jason Rage, Cho Lee. I do apologize to the other homie, I forgot his name, but it didn't matter anyway because we put the smackdown on them. Team ICW hitting unification and then followed by an elbow drop. 1, 2, 3. All she wrote.
And the crowd goes wild.
Wittick and Isaiah Moore had a great match. Twist and Flip did their thing, and it was good against CMD. The CMD stand, I think CMD stands for, if I'm not mistaken, they announced him as country's most dangerous. So I don't know how I feel about that because ain't no more dangerous than country here in this country.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We'll have to talk that out in the year of our Lord 2025. Perch.
Yeah, great weekend. We had a couple of home games this weekend in Milwaukee. It had been since the last ICW show that I've been in Milwaukee, and before that was quite some time. So much fun. Friday night, Mondo Lucha at the Cooperage. That was a blast. It had been a while since I made a Cooperage show. Those ones are always special. Going back to the heel ref sequel,
Yeah,
which to say there wasn't a third.
yeah.
We talked about that one here
Well,
before.
no. Hey, when the sequel won't be forgotten. So why try for a trilogy?
It was too good. I think of how much fun that was the entire time I'm there. It was so much fun. We've laughed about it so hard. And the kicking Jim Hollywood in the in the butt.
Yeah,
Thinking that it was
yep.
Mav or
So
Baxter.
many things. That day, that show.
He said he threw his back out earlier in the week, and he was trying so hard to work back to stand inside that ring, and he did. And I gave him a boot and almost took him out.
It is a legendary Perch show.
Oh, it's so fun. Yeah, so those moments still hollow through that arena for me. It was a great time this time around. Opening match, I had a triple threat between Joey Jet Avalon, Quinn Riddick, and Gringo Loco. Cool to be in there with Gringo. Again, we've traveled all over the world together, learning and experience in pro wrestling and lucha libre and all the above. So cool to be in there for him. And yeah, he picked up the win with a big bass bomb in that match. Crowd went nuts for it too. He got a nice hometown, not that he's from the hometown, but a nice promo thanking the Mondo Lucha fans in Milwaukee. So it was cool to take in. Next match I had was the one that Zach was talking about. Darius Luttrell and Matt Nix against Team Turbo with Doc and Spirit.
Holding it down
Yep.
for the red and gold.
Yep, he was there. Jackson and Hendricks, and fun match all around. There was a match I worked with Matt Nix at the Cooperage, several years ago when he was wearing a purple jacket, and he was supposed to keep it ringside, and he looked for it and it was gone. He's like, "Where's my jacket?" Like, "Oh, it's gone." Another memory that we talked about in this time. And then the next match I had was the main event, Darren Corbin against the Beast. And in that match was really good. Darren Corbin ended up picking up the victory by the end of it. Was big upset. Crowd didn't like it.
Nobody
But
likes
then
it.
after cutting a promo, out of nowhere, Gringo Loco comes out, hits him with a pile driver, and I count the pin 1, 2, 3. Gringo Loco's the champion. Crowd went nuts. Jay, the promoter, was right there, and he said, "Yep, I'll allow it." So yeah, I went for the pin count, and yeah, we have the new champion, Gringo Loco.
All right.
Very, very fun time. Left the crowd on a high note. Yeah, and then the hit up the Vanguard afterwards. Always a good restaurant bar for a good after party for any Milwaukee show. And yeah, they switched it up a little bit in there. Nice, good accommodations, and awesome food. Um, the next day, we had Brew City Wrestling Rise to Honor 20, which is always special because
20
my
years of
first ever,
pandemonium.
yeah, the fans bring the weapons match and a War Games main event.
Yeah.
uh, my first ever BCW show was Rise to Honor, I think 14, and I was there as a fan, and I started training the next week. So it's always sentimental to me. And this time around was no different. I got to take it in with students who I've trained with from day one, veterans who have been there before me, students who have trained after me, and brothers who've been there and sisters who've been right there beside me from all of it. So great to experience and to take in a day like that, learning and reflecting on how young we all are in the business, but how many great times and experiences we've gained on the journey. So always a fun time getting to experience the Rise to Honor show at Brew City Wrestling at the Waukesha Elks Lodge. And yeah, I got to do the role of commentary. It
Ooh.
was sweet. Um,
Third time? It's like, see, we got the trilogy for this.
yeah, this is probably third or fourth time I've done commentary. And first time for Brew City, which was awesome. I got to be in there with Aesop. And yeah, we called every match as we saw it. Had an absolute blast doing it. Yeah, it was absolutely incredible. Referee Scott DeMark, ref a match, which was awesome to see. Uh, really good dude, and someone who helped pave the way for me to be a ref from his days at Mid American Wrestling in West Dallas and all throughout Milwaukee. So cool to see Ref Scott in there doing it. And his match was Dysfunction against the debut of Jack Serious. That match was so damn cool. I enjoyed it start to finish, especially with Ref Scotty in there. Um, Move of the night, I think, goes to Dysfunction with a gorilla press slam from one ring over the top rope, over the other top rope, into the other ring.
I did see
From
that.
one ring to the next.
Yeah.
That was cool. I really enjoyed that. Yeah, fun show. Uh, had a great time calling it. Wild two cages or one giant cage and two rings. Um, yeah, that was outrageous. Lots of blood, lots of gore. Frankie, his final match coming out of retirement for one last match. A good farewell.
Get
And
as
he
many
made
roses
JP
as you
give up.
can.
He made JP give up. So yeah, it was a great time. Fun to see everybody. Fun weekend.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Oh yeah. Saw some of the pictures from Mondo, and yeah, I did like how the gear looked on y'all. Saw the pictures from Brew City. Saw that CJ had beaten Peter and was looking good. I did not. No pictures of commentary came across my feed. I'm sorry, Perch, but I'm sure you look lovely as well. All right. Let's get into the main topic for tonight. I'm gonna be 100% honest. I did steal this one, but I thought it was a fun one. Name 3 wrestlers that you think are worthy of Thor's hammer. I will go first. I kind of went 3 different eras. Um, yeah, like 3 different eras or 3 very, I think, distinct guys. Before I go, I mean, I'll give Mavs, John Cena, and John Cena. I think that is the easiest choice. I don't think anybody would argue at this point that yes, Cena is definitely worthy of Thor's hammer. But myself, first I'll take the another low hanging fruit in Rey Mysterio. Um, it is amazing how hated Dom is because Ray has basically been a career good guy. Even when they tried to turn him bad, let's say air quotes, filthy animals. No, he's too good. Ray is just the consummate good guy. He is the moral compass of wrestling. You like Ray, you're a good guy. You don't like Ray, you're a bad guy. The popularize, in America at least, giving the mask to kids. You see Dragon Lee doing that now. Yeah, just timeless. Always an inspiration. Um, Number two, I'm gonna throw it back. Oh, at Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream. If there was ever like I think relatable wielder of Thor's hammer, it would have to be Dusty, the everyman. Just kept it real. Just working towards something good. And I think even if you look at what he did backstage, I think that probably even makes him more worthy of everybody that he helped improve. And for the last one, I'm gonna throw it to Japan for the John Cena equivalent, Hiroshi Tanahashi, our new president for New Japan Pro Wrestling. Like, if that doesn't prove that he's worthy of the hammer, what else does? He is the superhero that WWE always wanted after Hogan. That the crowd never turned on because he's just an awesome guy. The moral compass of New Japan. If you're against Tanahashi, we probably don't like you. And now I'm super excited to see what he does with the power of up top at New Japan. There's definitely been they are in a transition period, so I think he'll be interesting to see if he is the man with the plan. Perch, why don't we go with you next? I'll go down the line.
All right. Well, I've heard the word Thor and his hammer, but I have no idea what it is. The reference is completely lost. But if I were to pick three people who I think could represent from what I think it could be, number one, Triple H, straight up, blue jean wearing, shirt tucked in, holding Thor's hammer, ready to whoop some ass, fighting over family disputes, father-in-law issues, family issues, but he rises above it. In his case, he uses the sledgehammer when he needs to get out of a jam. He tries to kill a dead man a few times, but he doesn't. Yeah, he's as good as it gets. He'll face anybody, any monsters, any crazy people. He defeated a few crazy people, such as Cactus Jack, many times to get to where he was. But now he's the ruler. He's king, from his King of Kings era all the way to running the show now. Triple H, hands down, whether it's Thor's hammer or Captain America's shield or Iron Man's suit of armor. Yeah, Triple H is a Superman, is a superhero. Straight up, Batman's belt and cape. Yeah, I think Triple H would honor any of the super abilities. Is number one of them. Next one, I think maybe John Moxley, because I think if that hammer was laying somewhere in a dark alley, people would walk right by it. But Moxley would be the one to pick it up, and people would be like, "Whoa, this guy can really swing that hammer," and he could defeat anybody. He'd take it, whoop some ass, do some crazy things, and probably use it in a hardcore match of some sort. A nice elaborate way to find a way to incorporate it. So I think Moxley would be up in there. And then the last, I think the Giant from WCW, Big Paul White, Big Show, Captain Insano, because I imagine Thor's hammer would be heavy as shit. So if it's really heavy, I picture the Giant from like 97, 98 era being able to lift that sucker up and hoist it. And he could probably do a kip up while holding it too and knock someone's block off. So again, if it makes any sense, those would be the three people to hold Thor's hammer, in my opinion.
Well, Perch, what I'm going to say is you have never made me feel like I don't explain things very well as much as you have at this moment. I would say the three that you picked would be more worthy to carry the Punisher's mantle if Frank Castle were to retire instead of Thor's hammer.
Yeah.
If I were to add who would be worthy to carry on the Punisher skull, like Perch gave the three best answers. But as far as Thor's hammer, I do not know off the top of my head if I have heard three worse answers.
Oh, I love it. Lack there of superhero knowledge. I
Like,
am
hey,
watching
no,
Batman
that
animated series
that's
from the
on me.
90s,
That is
and I
on
love it.
me for assuming that you knew. Maybe had I given a better explanation on my examples, I could have led you in the right way. But now I'm very interested to see what the other two answers are. So Zach,
Captain America and the Avengers on Super Nintendo with Thor. Awesome
yeah,
game. I
yes, that
love
was
it.
a very good game.
That's my extent of my knowledge.
That's fair. Not everybody at that is worthy to hold Thor's hammer. um, Zach, do you have three wrestlers that would be worthy to hold Thor's hammer?
I mean, I don't think I'm gonna have like. First of all, definitely not going to be as well detailed as Perch, but um, let's see. This one was hard because I just don't really know. But if I
Oh,
had to
I'm
choose,
excited for these answers, then.
if I was to choose, I guess number one, my go-to would be R-Truth because I feel like he's just overall a good person.
Okay,
And
that is a good. I like that first pick. I think yes,
yeah,
our truth
and I
would.
think R-Truth would just stumble upon it and it'd be all
Yes,
cool.
our truth would very similarly to Captain America in the movie probably pick it up on accident.
Exactly. You just want to hand it back,
Yeah,
making him the good person that we all know he is.
yeah.
Um, number two and three are not that great because I have no idea. Um, I thought about Goldberg because he had a jackhammer,
Mm.
so I figured that works out pretty well.
WCW would have wanted him to be worthy. I can't say that he wouldn't be, but he was definitely positioned to be worthy.
And then last, because you like were bringing up Dusty Rhodes, I was thinking of a guy who's always seems like you have been a cool guy, and that's William Regal.
Mm.
But you see William Regal, then when we hear Perch talking, he said it's opposite. Guys like,
Yeah, so that's the thing, because the Triple H thing, the Triple H career, I would say, is not worthy. But what he has done for the business overall and what he continues to do now, I think, makes him worthy. And I think Regal is in a similar respect that if you look at the bell to bell, red light on the camera on, red light on the camera off career of William Regal, the character, I would say he is not worthy. But if you look what he has done for wrestling over the past, since he's been off TV and been backstage, I think yes, he is worthy.
no, I agree. Maybe then I'll switch it to you sent me that video of the guy where the invitation was flattery.
Yeah, that guy,
Um,
Alexander Crowley.
maybe I'll switch it to Hammerstone because wasn't that his gimmick for a while? He was Thor.
Yes. That
So I
was his
mean,
gimmick. And yeah. Thor
I think Hammerstone is a
Hammerstone
strong
would
guy
definitely be
too. So yeah, Hammerstone's strong. Big guy. He can carry it, but then he's also worthy.
very good. You know what? The first one was strong. Second one was iffy. Third one, good deductive skills.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, CJ, save me, brother. You are also a nerd. Give me
All
three
right.
wrestlers who are worthy of Thor's hammer?
The first one I'd have to go with Kota Ibushi. He's always been a good guy.
Okay.
He always he's had to work his way to being up there to being the New Japan Pro Wrestling heavyweight champion. So he had to prove himself to being worthy.
Okay. Okay.
Second one, Cody Rhodes finishing the story. So he went from starting off being the young cocky, having to work his way through WWE, having a Stardust, but then leaving, having to go prove his worth, building his own legacy, and comes back to finish the story, which still isn't finished, but proving he is as worthy as he wants to be.
Okay.
The whole Thor story, basically.
Yeah, yeah. His actually more reflective of Thor's actual arc. Okay.
And then the last one, the Hurricane, because he's a literal superhero.
Yeah. I thought about that one too. But they were like, Shane Helms floated on both sides, but yes, the Hurricane himself is a beacon of purity. So yes. It's like when you said your first two answers, I didn't fully agree, but your argument is sound. This was a good one because y'all don't know. So my entertainment was, was you guys trying to figure out what this means.
I like that category. It's just as much fun when there's no idea about
Yes.
it. So it's fun to take that
Yeah,
all
yeah,
in.
taking shots in the dark. And you know what? They were great. They were very good shots. Like very nice. Well, here's an easier one. What do you guys got coming up this week? Um, let's kick it in reverse. CJ, what do you got coming up this week?
I am not booked anywhere, but Hua extended the offer of going down to freelance wrestling in Chicago. So we are going to go down there to help set up, tear down, look at any opportunities out there.
Yep. Show your face. Got mad love for the freelance kids.
And that is it for the weekend
That's
for
it.
me.
Okay. Zach, what do you got this weekend?
Right now, absolutely nothing. I know it's Jay's Manny's birthday on Saturday, so maybe I'll beat him up.
Okay. Perch, what do you got coming up?
This weekend, Game Changer Wrestling comes to the Midwest. We'll be at Talia Hall on Friday night for GCW. That'll be on Fight TV, which I think is called Triller now. Thriller?
Oh
Triller?
God! Oh, did they change? Is that what that is? Did they change names again? Because I did see Trailer TV pop up a bunch of times.
Fight by Triller. It's still
Oh,
Fight TV, but I think it also says Triller, whatever that means. Like
okay,
those guys promote those big
maybe they just have
boxing
their own
matches.
social media peoples.
Yeah, some beyond me. I don't even know what Thor is, but but it's on it's on Fight TV, and yeah, we'll be in Chicago at Talia Hall on Friday. Fun venue, very fun. We've been there before, and yeah, always good time. Old school opera house, big stage, big balconies. Love it, and sold out, so it should be a really fun time. And then the next day, out to Columbus, Ohio, the Valleydale Ballroom for Game Changer Wrestling, another GCW on Fight TV or Triller, and that should be a good time too. That Valleydale Ballroom is a very fun venue, and Columbus is a great spot to wrestle. I've had many good times there, lots of good bloody fights too. So excited for the weekend and some Midwest wrestling.
Okay. Mad love for Talia Hall. Been there a bunch of times past year. So yeah, that should be a fun one. And I'm gonna look up this Triller TV stuff and see what that's all about. Yeah, that's at this point, that's my plan for the weekend. Research Triller TV and figure what all the hubbub is about. That did pop up on my Twitter/X a bunch today, and I had no idea. Um, Besides that, I will be trying to chill and relax before we get a chance to move our stuff into our new house. So, yep, moving out was stressful. Gonna take this weekend to hopefully relax and get ready for the next steps. And with that, I think it's time we take it home. So, Perch, any final thoughts or questions?
Yeah, the match that I had against Trevor Outlaw from Freelance Wrestling just came out on YouTube, and it's available for everybody to watch. Relived that one, fun times, sore body, and great memories, great moments.
CJ, you have any final thoughts or questions?
Uh, huh? No, not at all.
All right, you guys be a pretty face. But we'll go to a prettier face. Zach, final thoughts or questions?
Yeah, fuck you, CJ. No, except that like I know people are asking, and Treehouse of Champions 2 is being made. I've hit up them trying to look up the date it'll come out. We don't have a tentative date yet, but as soon as we get the design, we'll be putting it out. We'll have it out on a show. So just be on the lookout because he was making it as of last month, so it should be done fairly soon.
Yep. Yeah. We got like little previews of it. Looks like it's coming along well. Yeah, it'll be well worth the wait, guys. Trust. It's also unfortunate. Between the two of us, I think we handed them like 3, 4 designs at the same time. So
Yeah,
it's on a delay, and it's probably our fault.
I don't know, man. No, go ahead.
Like,
100% our fault.
yeah, we gave him a lot.
Like, hey, brother, you want to do all this stuff for us?
Yeah, so it's probably our fault. But for me, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. At the bottom, please, because this has been more entertaining for me than it should have been. Tell me 3 wrestlers that you think are worthy of Thor's hammer. I've had fun tonight, at least. Be sure to follow us on all the social medias. Tell promotions to book us because we want to. They at least want to wrestle in front of you, and I want to wrestle in front of you when I'm all healed. This that
2024, maybe
Yeah.
2025.
He's like, hold open. But this has been the Take It Home podcast. Y'all be easy. One.